Welcome to Life Wisdom Network, your source for career success. I'm Felicia Zimmerman, and today we're going to start a 5-part series on networking. In part 1, we'll look at what is networking anyway, and why would you do it?
Hey everybody, I'm Ed Ford. So Felicia, what is networking?
Good question. You know, Ed, if you were to Google networking, you might be overwhelmed with the results. You'll see all these different definitions and all these different experts and how-tos. And frankly, you might look at it and say, the heck with that. I'm just going to mail in a resume for some job. But the reality is, if I had to put it really simply in a nutshell, I'd say that networking is meeting someone, usually in person, but not always, and you have a specific purpose in mind. For example, like you're a recent graduate, you're looking for a job or an internship. You might network. If you're in a job you hate or you want to change industries, or you just took the job to pay the rent, you may want to network so you can make a change, get on a new path. Or if, for example, you'd started a business. We have friends that have started businesses, and frankly, it's tough. You may want to network with another entrepreneur for advice. So that's kind of the core of it.
Okay, that's very interesting. Well, how do I begin to network?
Good question. I think the first thing is, before you even think about going and networking, what you really want to do is figuring out what's your motive, what's your purpose, what are you trying to achieve? You know, the notion that you're just going to go there, have a few hors d'oeuvres and a drink and be done, that's obviously not it. Your objective might be to meet someone who could introduce you to someone else so you could figure out, was there a job there, or break into a particular field or a particular industry. Or it might be just getting some advice, tips. For example, if you're that entrepreneur and you're really struggling to build your business, whether it's financing or attracting new customers, you may want to talk to a fellow entrepreneur. If you want to change industries, you're in industry X and you want to go to industry Y, you probably want to network with that person so you can start connecting with different people, different companies in the industry. That's probably the first step. The second one, which isn't that hard nowadays, especially with the internet, and if you read any newspapers online or otherwise, is to figure out where you could meet these people that you want to network with. And it might be at a local chamber. It might be your state senator is having a meeting talking to his or her constituents. Or it could be somebody from a company that you'd like to work for is getting an award. So the second thing is really figuring out where. And the third piece is I got to do it, I've got to follow through piece, which is, you know why you want to do it, you know where, and then it's a matter of actually getting there and doing it. So that's kind of the core of networking.
Wow, so that's very helpful advice. It sounds to me as if I have to know the purpose of why I'm networking. Second, I've got to show up. And then third, I have to follow through.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now we're going to move on in part 2 to talk about what are some of the basics behind networking so that when you get there, you've shown up, you can actually